Good morning, noon, or night. My name is Jet, and welcome to my channel JITV, Jet in the Valley. And this one's entitled Encanto and Truth. So I just had to explain to my daughter this morning that if something's true and you don't like it, just because you ignore it or because you don't like it doesn't make it not true. It still remains to be true, and you're just causing yourself more problems than if you would just figure out a way to accept that that is true and incorporate it into your life. So I think a lot of people don't like to do that when they hear things that are true, because it's very hard to incorporate something into your life if it's like a core belief that you found out that you've been functioning off of that's not true. So either you can accept the truth and you can adjust yourself to line up with that truth, or you can reject it, and it's going to cause you a lot of problems. It's just going to continue to cause you problems because that's what's true. And there are set rules here, and we cannot change the nature of reality. So Encanto, I haven't watched the whole thing. I don't watch Disney. But what I noticed right away was the song, We Don't Talk About Bruno. And I knew what it was when I heard it. I asked, and they said, oh yeah, that's what happened. Well, there is a guy who knows the truth named Bruno. He knows the truth about what's happening and what's going to happen. And they have isolated him and pushed him aside and ignored him because they didn't like the truth. That's no different than what is happening in our current society. Just because something you don't like, it doesn't make it not true. So the best thing that we can do is to accept that truth and figure out a way that we can function well with that. Because there's no getting around if something is true or if it's not. Because all it's going to do if you reject it is cause you problems. And here's the problem. It's not just going to cause you problems. It's going to cause everybody that's in your life that's related to you problems. It's going to cause society as a whole problems. So love is what's important. That's what's true. Love is what is the most real. Love is where our power comes from. Love is where you're going to be strong. So if you think love is one thing and then you find out that it's not, or if you don't think love has any importance or any value, that's like the song, What's Love Got to Do with It? And you sing that, and then you may start to believe that, when love is actually the only thing that's really the most real and the most important. And it's painful to accept that, I know, a lot of the time, because our mind and our body don't want that to be true. Our mind and our body don't want love to be true. That doesn't matter, because what's the most real and the most true is love. And if you don't understand what love is, then you have to seek that understanding as when you were a child. Children know what love is. They still have a mind and a body that doesn't, but children, they know what love is. And that's when people say you're innocent and we need to protect them. It used to be more so, to help them keep that love longer. And that's what we all of us who understand love, that come from love, and that are of love, that's what you have to get back to. That's the goal of this. And fear of all varieties, and your mind and your body happen to be the enemy. And the good thing is, love takes care of all of that. Love takes care of all of that. When you find out that that's the most important thing, and that's all we really want anyway, and it fixes all of your problems, then I don't know why more people wouldn't be excited about that. And I don't know why, if we've statistically proven that you cannot be in love and in fear at the same time, even for just the, even if it's just for the physical, your brain uses this part for the same thing. Your brain uses the same part for love and fear, so you can't be doing both at the same time. Even if that's the only thing you want to go with, that's provable, and that's true. So why wouldn't that fact be broadcast everywhere that it could be broadcast? With all the fear, anxiety, depression, suicides, paranoia, all of these things. Why would that not be the first thing that a doctor or a teacher or the judicial system or the mental health field, why would that not be the first thing that they sat down and at least told somebody, and at least told them so they had the option and that they would know that and it would be in there? So after you've exhausted every other possibility, because that's what we do, we're going to exhaust every other possibility to cope with, we just want love and we just need love and that's all that we need and that's where we come from and that's what's real and that's what's important. At least you have that in you and you can pull that out when you're just sick and tired of being sick and tired. You can't get any sicker. You can't get in any more pain. You can't numb it out enough. When you're literally getting ready to die, or when people are considering suicide, that love is in you and love is the answer, and it's not some freaking Lifetime thing. It's not some fake TV rendition. It's not lust. Lust is not love. It's a shitty knockoff of what love is. It is not going to give you joy, peace, contentment, self-control. It's not going to give you all of those things that we really want to have, that we say are important and we say are of great value, and then something comes in and we go against all of those things. You also cannot help somebody if they are not willing to accept that that's what's happening. If someone is not willing to accept that this is true, love is how you get rid of fear and all of your problems and everything like that. So they don't want to accept that their mind and their body are lying to them. Your mind and your body is lying to you and making you do things that go against yourself for whatever reason. I think there are a lot of reasons that that's happening. Strictly for this conversation, it is the state of the current human right now. It is the state of the current human to be in your mind and in your body, which is against love. And that is being used against us to take us out of love, separate us from love, because it makes us weak. It makes us weak and selfish. And when you're weak and you're selfish and you're in fear mode and you're in survival mode, people can control you. People can control you. If you have love and you connect to love, you cannot be controlled. And that's where you find power, and that's where you find strength. That's where you say you don't care what anybody else is doing. You don't care about the money. You don't care about anything. When you can be content all on your own with nothing because you understand love, that's what makes you dangerous, and that's what makes you a badass. Because then not only can no one else control you, but your own mind and your own body do not control you. And that's much easier said than done. But you know what? At least if somebody gives the information, other people can work with that, and other people can tell other people. We have to network that message, because we're not going to get any help getting that message across. If that is a fact, that you cannot be in love and in fear at the same time, it's not being broadcast on the news, television, movies, schools, If that is not being shared, there's a reason that that information is not being shared and is being withheld. And it's to keep you weak and separated from love, and to keep you in this fake sense of self that you really aren't. If you know love and you understand love, whatever else you're doing that's not love is fake. And all you have to do to acknowledge that that's true, I would say, is get around some people who are passing on and see what they're talking about as they're passing on. And listen to them, what they're saying and what they're thinking about and what they're acknowledging and what they're facing. Because when you know you're leaving, there's no more time to play games. There's no more time to be fake. There's no more time to run from the truth or to try and hide from it. And that's when real knowledge and real wisdom will come to people. So I'm going to call that good for this one, and I love you all, and thank you.